Hi friends! I've got another sewing project in the works, and this is going to be a pillowcase for two wedge pillows that we have in our bed. I bought an extra set of sheets to match the king size that we have. They were on clearance, which is great. I've already made a cover for my half moon bolster pillow. I'll share that. All right, follow along, wish me luck. My goal for this project is to get a better handle on how to properly feed the fabric through the feed dogs, the feed teeth, the feed dogs, so that I'm doing a little bit less pulling, finagling, and the machine is doing more of the work. These gorgeous Pottery Barn Euro Sham cases are the ones that I'm basing this project off of. I had ordered these on Poshmark, pre-owned Pottery Barn. I got 3 of them for a very reasonable price. Poshmark is fabulous for getting finds like this. We're going to use this as a template. I know that they work for our pillowcases. I want to make a couple of adjustments to make them even more custom fit. Here are my rough measurements, and then some adjustments based on what I'd like them to measure. So the stripes are going lengthwise. This always makes me nervous. It's an adrenaline rush. Okay. We're getting somewhere. I screwed up. There was a hole in my fabric. I'm going to use a heat erasable pen to draw a line on here for a 5/8 inch seam allowance. I'm changing out my foot here. I use this rolled hem foot. I feel more comfortable sewing with this. It's nice and smooth underneath for the most part. But the point of this is to be able to roll a tiny little 1/8 of an inch hem. And I've used it for that purpose too, with some success. So let's get this first seam started. This is just going to be a straight stitch. I believe I'm using a stitch length of 10 or 12 for this. I am paying attention to line up my stripes as best I can. I'm just not good at guiding fabric. This is kind of a disaster. My stripes aren't aligned, and although it's not critical for this project, it really irritates me. And so I need to decide if I want to seam rip this whole thing or if I should just proceed along. Decisions. Not surprisingly, I decided to seam rip the seam. And the only gratifying part of that was I used the trick of using a lint roller to get out all the little bitty pieces of string and thread, and it worked like a charm. So I'm starting to get the feel for feeding the fabric through. Watch my skills. First seam is now done, and that looks very good to me. Nice. Oh, it's a nice seam right there. I pinked my sheet and I liked it. I pinked the crap out of that seam allowance. Our first wedge pillow cover is done. I spent a lot of time measuring, a little bit of time cutting, and quite a bit of time seam ripping. So I think these are all expected challenges for a novice sewist, but it's gorgeous. It came out beautifully. I am thrilled. Let's get working on the second one. I've been working hard because I'm nearly out of thread. So here's a little thing I did. I cut out a little bit of fabric to match that, and then I used some fusible iron-on interfacing to kind of hold that in place. And then right around the hole, I took a little paintbrush and added some fabric fusion glue. Something got snagged. I don't know what. I'm gonna have to work on that. I'm going to switch over to do a zigzag stitch, and typically I think that's used kind of as a decorative stitch or also for knit fabrics. But because this is a construction where there's going to be a lot of tugging and pulling as things slide in and out of the pillowcase, I thought a zigzag stitch would be a good choice here, and I like how it looks. I'm set on the middle zigzag, and let's do a stitch length of 12. Looks good to me. So we're good. The project is done, and we're gonna have them put on the pillowcases now. Are you gonna put our pillowcases on our wedge pillows for us, Ralph?
Both of them? I thought it was a race. On your marks, get set,
go!
Come on, I'm ready.
Beautiful. How do you like the wedge pillow, Ralph? Comfortable.
Subscribe for more disabled sewing.